Men are being brainwashed. Let's talk about it. So there's this dude on the internet that's going very viral right now. His name is Clavicular. And what he's essentially known for is being an individual who looks max to the core. For those of you guys who don't know what Looksmaxxing is, it's basically self-improvement but on steroids. As in like the kind of steroids that if you swallow them, you will get the muscles, but your penis will probably stop working. But yeah, this is the individual we're talking about. How he essentially has done his Looksmaxxing is by going to the gym, which is healthy, but essentially to that as well, he's also bone smashed, where he got a few rocks and changed the structural, shape of his face.
Fuck, that's starting to hurt, man. Let's do a little bit more. No contraction of the face. I know it hurts, but that means it's working. That's the only indication. You have to push past the pain. Look at me. I've been bone smashing for about 2 years, and I have gotten improvements. I used to have flat zygotes pretty much, but bone smash for about 2 years from this point, pretty much every day consistently, and now I'm got some tissue.
Now here we are with this dude, and like I said, he's focusing on the Looksmaxxing, making sure that men improve the way that they seem. And if they don't improve the way that they seem, he basically essentially says that they are doomed to be ugly for life and they will never get any women. Now, this is a problem for young men because it's come to my attention that young men are being brainwashed. Why do I say this? Because there's a lot of videos out there where young men are aspiring to look smack to this extent as well. We're talking about bone smashing, overall coming very obsessed and, picky about their face. But why are men getting so obsessed with their face? Well, it's because men want women. And for some reason, the most popular thing on the internet, or these weird dark forums like the black pill, the red pill, the idea is that if you're not 6 foot with 6 figures and all kinds of stuff, you will never get a woman.
I'm a real true believer in the black pill. I really am an incel. It's backed up by data and statistics. I believe you're laughing at me, but the university studies and the dating app data does not lie. I used to work in a girl's clothing store. Now, I've seen how they act. I've seen how they treat certain guys. That's how I got black pilled, if that makes any sense.
One attracted to you, bro?
Well, actually, I didn't manage to get a girlfriend, but she kind of pushed me out of a window. That's a different story.
So there's a lot of things you need to work on as a man outside of your looks to be attractive.
Yeah, but you could see it on their face, though, the look of disgust before you even utter a word.
Women can give that behavior to anybody.
Well, mostly unattractive men, yes.
Yeah, and a lot of men are unattractive because they don't try hard enough. Let's see what you look like. Can you take the jacket off?
I haven't really been working out that much, to be honest with you.
Right, of course not. Black pill science, it doesn't even work out. You are literally a walking contradiction. Step back, let's see what your body looks like. Average body. How tall are you?
5'11".
So you're above average height, and they're still disgusted at you. You're a black pillist. How come the height didn't carry you enough to get girls?
Because of the face of the ethnicity. There's data behind this.
So how do I get girls? I'm Nigerian, 5'7". How is that possible?
You're your own race because you're Tyrone.
How the do I become a Tyrone if I don't work on my image, my presentation, my social skills to make myself attractive? How would I become a Tyrone?
I just got to cut up my face, okay? I know it sounds crazy, but I have to literally change my face in order to be seen as human by Western.
No, your brain cells are fried and women don't see you as a human being because they think something is wrong with you.
Women say openly that men with money don't deserve women. So what they're really saying is that men with money deserve all the women. And that's the world we live in.
So you are absolutely insane for not doing everything in your power to ascend. It is on you. You have to do it now because plastic surgery, Looksmaxxing, it is becoming more and more mainstream. And before you know it, every one of your peers around you is going to surpass you. So you have to start now, not tomorrow, not the next day, now. Start blasting those steroids and stop asking what could happen if I hop on steroids, what could happen if I get that surgery, and ask yourself, what could you miss out on? What kind of love, what kind of salary, what type of, every single type of improvement possible in your life could you be missing out on, right? So that's kind of why you just have to dedicate yourself fully. It's not a matter of, if, It is a matter of when you want your life to start improving, because there is no question. If you improve your looks, you improve every metric of your life.
Watch this shit, bro. Just watch this shit.
That you could use that's going to increase your skin cell turnover, aid in collagen production a little bit. But, you know, the methods that actually work and would give you the most effective results, you're going to have to pop a pill or you're going to have to inject something.
Damn, that sounds bro, that sounds like I'm cooked. I gotta pop pills to look good again?
Yeah, I mean, if you want the results, right? I could tell you solutions that you don't have to pop pills, that you don't have to inject anything, but they're not going to come close in terms of giving you the results you want. So there's simply no reason. When I think about, like, what actually is required.
Bro, like, all these black pill kids, like, they're cooked. They're going to watch this shit and be like, yo, it's over for me. Like, this is bad. This is bad.
Men watching this video, I need you to pay very close attention, because the stuff that you just saw in those clips is the sickness that's being poured out to all the men around the world. There's men out here who are internalizing all these things that these popular people have said, and they're taking it to heart. And I'm not even going to sit here and make the case that those people spreading this evil, demonic gospel are bad people, because I truly believe that they are also victims of the propaganda that's being spread around. But this thing of Looksmaxxing and doing things to appear the best that you can be, and if not, you're doomed, is only things that prey off of your insecurities. The world will tell you you need to look this certain way to get more women around your circle. And they make you feel as if you get all these women around your circle, that makes you somebody of value. And if you can't do that, then you are nobody of value. If you can't make that six-figure amount of money, then you're nobody of value. These are the pressures that break down the confidence of men. And that's why we see the suicide rate for men going up every year, because there's men who are going through these kind of things mentally. Why can I look good enough? Why can I get this many women? Why did this one not want me? Why can I make this amount of money? Why can I do this? Why can I do that? Now, am I here telling you stupidity of don't work out or don't take care of yourself? I'll never tell you that, because that's what I do. Get a skincare routine, get a haircut, go to the gym, do all of those things. But understand this, none of those things will make you feel of value, at least not for a long time. It may make you feel that kind of way for a short term, but it's empty because there's no substance to it. Stop falling for the propaganda that they want you to listen to, which is you need to get this amount of women. Oh, if you don't look like this, or if you're from this background or this, that, and the third. This is the things that this worldly world wants you to believe. And it's not true. This is the scary part, because there's young men who hear this. You heard the guy that was in the first clip, how lost and brainwashed he sounded, because he's been convinced that he's not good enough. Let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you guys the honest truth. If you focus your life on these outward things, you will get women and you will get the attention that you're looking for. But it's not attention that's good for you. It's attention that'll only lead you further away from what you're really meant to be doing and put you in higher danger. The more women that you have around you that are there for the wrong reasons, the more at risk you are of being accused of, say, SA, or getting STD, or getting pregnancy with a woman that you just don't get along with, or all kinds of stuff. Those are things you put yourself more at risk at. Or additionally to that, if you surround yourself with friends that focus on this kind of stuff, all you're going to be left with is vanity and thinking of yourself in a way that's so superficial, and you're not even in reality anymore. The society convinces our men that if you do these things, that makes you of value. Every single time. And it's not. It's about your character. What you guys have to understand is that it's not a lot of women that you want. It's one woman that loves you for you is what you're looking for. What does the Bible say about this kind of stuff? Well, the Bible says that a valuable and good woman is more rare than a ruby. So what you have to understand is that if you're an individual who is not focused on your internal growth, you're not going to get that woman. God's not going to give you a good woman if you are not a good man. Otherwise, you will destroy her purpose. It's only fair. And at this part of the video is where we acknowledge the underlying disconnect in a lot of men in society. There's a lot of men watching this video thinking that, oh, I'm a good man, I deserve a good woman, but really you are not a good man. And I say this because you are a lustful man. A lustful man will never deserve a good woman for the simple fact that you are doing your self-improvement, your looksmaxxing, all these things on the outside that are superficial just to attract loads of different women. You have no intent to find just one for yourself, but rather be desired by all. And that's the problem. You cannot do these things expecting to get good results and attract good people around you. But like I said before, you are a victim of the warped reality that these people are giving you. Because at the end of the day, when we really look closer into this situation, what the red pill, the black pill, this Looksmaxxing self-improvement nonsense has done to a lot of men is made them think that they shouldn't desire love anymore because you can't trust women and you're not good enough. So rather, you should just want them for lustful reasons. And you should either stay with loads of multiple different women or degrade women, not see them as human. And at that point, if you are one of those people, why would you deserve a good woman? This is where you gotta hold yourself accountable and realize that if you want a good woman, you need to come with genuine intent. You need to let go of pain that's making you view women in this type of way, and you need to start succumbing to the godly way of looking at women. Relationships, maintaining a relationship is way bigger than Looksmaxxing and everything like that. And I can attest to this because I'm in a committed relationship now where I intend to marry the woman that I'm with, But one thing I realized, and I already knew this before going in, but one thing I realized as I was going in is that you will be humbled. You will be extremely humbled every single day by the idea of if you want this relationship to work, you need to do a lot more than focusing on the outside, like your looks, your skincare, how good your body looks when you're naked and stuff like that. There's a lot more that goes into it. And that's with the character and the leadership and the principles that you have to develop as a man. You see, all these men will tell you to focus on all these stuff on the outside. They will tell you to focus on that because they know that you're insecure. Content creation is all about feeding on your emotions. And unfortunately for you, there's people out there, sick people out there who will feed on the insecurities because they will know that that's going to make you engage with their content. Wherever you're lacking, they will provide the solution to the problem. And that's what makes you come back to these content creators because it makes you feel validated in your suffering experience when really they are just using you. None of these men are in stable, healthy relationships or marriages or long-term life commitments because relationships are much more than just good looking and stuff like that. Yes, do all the Looksmaxxing, but in a healthy way, like going to the gym, being healthy and having a good diet. Yes, but at the end of the day, it's your character that's going to make a relationship last, especially for a long term. It's your leadership in a godly sense that's going to make a relationship last for the long term. Don't let these men convince you that this is how you get a woman. Yes, it's how you get a woman, but let's talk about keeping a woman. And not only just a woman, a good woman, because it's easy to attract the wrong kind of women. Of course, it's beneficial for them to feed off of, them sleeping with you or getting your money or whatever it is. But let's talk about future success, which is what everybody wants. Everybody wants to be in love. Will these actions lead you to get that thing that you want, which is a healthy, stable family life? And the answer simply is no. You see your idols out here, and as much as that they have their excuse as to why they're not getting married, the truth is they can't. And even if they wanted to, they would fail at it because they know that there's something lacking in them. And all the people, even a good woman can tell there's something lacking in them. None of them are married. These aren't people that you should be looking at as an example. They don't live the life that you truly want to live. They just sell you the life that makes you feel like you think you need to live so that you can feel better about yourself. And that's just not how it's meant to be. It says in 1 Peter, be sober-minded, be watchful. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. What does that mean? That means that as you are out in this world, you may call it insecurities or you may call it, feeling down or whatever it is. This is the way the devil chips at your confidence so you can rely on these worldly things and do worldly stupid stuff that you'll end up regretting. You want a woman to love you for you. That's fine. To do that and to get that, you need to work on your character. The most important thing that men need to understand is that you want a woman to submit to you, yet you don't want to be submissive to God's will. It's not going to work like that. The only way you're going to get a woman that is good for you and submits to you is if you submit to God's will. Stop looking at the examples you see online. because these are men who don't want to submit to God's will. So as a result, they run into these kind of problematic women that, bless their hearts, they're probably not even evil women, but unfortunately, they are being dealt with these kind of toxic women that are after them, who are also victims of evil stuff, because we're not going to diss them as if they're demons, but they're victims of evil stuff. And what we have is two people who are victims of the same toxicity being pushed on society, and either destroying each other's lives to protect themselves. You can't continue that cycle. You can't continue that lineage. And whatever's telling you that you need to snap out of it, your character, your principle, and your morals is what's going to keep a good woman around. It's what's going to keep good people around you. All of this superficial stuff is just vain. It doesn't matter long term. You want substance. I understand that. So be someone of substance. When you refuse to be someone of substance, people of substance are not going to hang around you. That's just the honest truth. Because why would they? People of substance see you for who you really are. They can see past the facade and the insecurities. So work on the character. Work on your relationship with God. Be submissive to God's will and see how your life blossoms. Otherwise, you're going to end up chasing this dream, this fantasy of, oh, this amount of women and this, that, and the third, and X, Y, and Z. And you will come to the end of the world and realize it was all for nothing. And if you're a man who has snapped out of it, please focus on the young men in your area and preach out the good news and the truth about what this world's really trying to do. And that is, they're trying to break our men's confidence. They want our men, our young boys, to feel as if they're not good enough or they're not sufficient enough and they will never be enough. And that's just not the truth. Our young men need to be cared for and need to be loved and need to be built up in good, healthy confidence, not this crap. This black pill that makes you think that you're doomed if this or that or X, Y, and Z. It's BS. It's all BS. And you can't fall for the games anymore. Don't you get tired of this? Seeing it all over your feed. Or amend this and that and this, that, and the third. It's all this nonsense on the feed. It gets to a point where it actually just makes you annoyed. Don't fall for the propaganda. This is what the enemy wants you to fall for. And you can't be a victim to that nonsense anymore. With that being said, hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to see more content like this. With that being said, God bless, take care, and I'll see you guys next video.